Hi Sagittarius, let's get your reading going. So let's clear the energy real quick. Take a deep breath. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So these cards are just pre-shuffle, so we'll just go through them briefly and then we'll lay out a spread. But the color synchronicities in this is beautiful. Beautiful. So I feel like we're going to get a really strong reading, and there's a strong energy already about making a decision, feeling failure, but redirecting that into success. So something's coming back around, okay? If you look at these, you've got, and we can go deeper into these, failure, discipline, and grief. Let me show you what they say. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And then look, we've got two cards that show walking away, okay? And we show somebody feeling, left out or abandoned. So there's a strong sense of failure or grief here, but there's also a strong message of that not being the case. Here's the Lovers, Gemini energy. The Lovers is about making a decision. Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, but it's actually not. There's a key and a keyhole right there. There's an opportunity here that just needs to be seen. She just is so, deep with her head down that she doesn't see that. See the golden key? So opportunity is there. This leaving whatever was sad, this might not be you. But regardless, I feel like there's a false sense of failure here. So let's go ahead and dive in. How are you guys? I hope you're doing well. Okay, turn your volume down if you don't want to hear the shuffling. Some decks are just, have to be shuffled. These are really thick, so they have to be shuffled differently. The loud way. I'm going to try to not do it too close to the camera. So how are you guys? I hope you're well. Lionsgate is coming. To talk about a golden opportunity. I just thought of that. That key. Lionsgate is a golden opportunity about being courageous and bold and strong and disciplined to move forward. Not accept defeat. It's a golden opportunity to achieve, work really hard towards achieving what you want to achieve. Okay? So let's see what's going on for you guys. I hope you're well. I love you guys. I pray for you guys every day. I hope you guys are joining me in praying for one another. Okay, Two Swords. Something is at a stalemate, maybe blinded, hidden, can't see it. I'm telling you, I feel a real strong positive energy here. Queen of Cups. So maybe somebody has shut down their love. So the Queen of Cups, she's beautiful, she's enticing, she's very loving and nurturing. She can be emotional. See all the water? So this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, probably Pisces. But she can be very emotional, and sometimes when she feels like she's not being appreciated or she's not getting the attention she needs, she can, this could be your energy right now. She can have a bit of an outburst and then shut off that love, but it's not out of anything other than being, very sensitive, highly emotional. Wow, there's King of Wands. That's all. There's the Leo again. That's all about action, passionate action. So interesting. So yeah, it looks like somebody's action. I want to see what this is. King of Pentacles. Stable. Very calm and stable, cool, calm, collected, financially secure. Your energy, unbelievable. It's like the words were coming out before the card. So this is the Strength card, Leo again. She's very courageous, but she's also controlled. It's like the lion, the perfect balance between the lion and the lamb. This is such a beautiful card. Beautiful. Strength card. The number 8, Lionsgate. Wow, how about that? I'm feeling Lionsgate. So this is an opportunity to make things happen, not live in regret or feeling like you failed. Because failure is just really one step closer to success. Anybody who's been very successful has overcome failures. Failures, Spirit doesn't really look at failures as failures. They look at failures as a redirecting, a signal to course correct. Okay. 10 of Wands. This is not giving up. It's being heavily burdened. It's carrying a heavy load. But, Sagittarius is strong and capable and doesn't give up. There could be some element here of really knowing your worth and not having to prove it. Something like that. Let's see. Okay, your person's energy looks like it could be an apology. See how it's coming towards you or towards us. So the Ace of Pentacles is like a gift. It's a stable new beginning, a seed planted, an offering. See the roots, something that's going to become grounded. It's the beginning. It's almost a major arcana to me. So if you're not familiar with tarot, the major arcana are the cards that are more kind of destined to happen. And the minor arcana are more cards that, are very dependent on your what you do, your free choice. Okay, 8 of Swords. So this is feeling, again, it's a false sense of feeling trapped. Anxiety, fear, 8 of Swords. But it's false. See, the real her is a very different image than what she sees. This also has an element of, it could be something to do with twin flame, like mirroring each other. I do have some extendeds, and not very many, but the ones I have are really, really, I highly recommend them. I'll link them down below. You can check those out if you want, especially if you feel stuck in a relationship or not sure what to do, or you're on a twin flame journey. 2 of Pentacles. So see, the person you're thinking about is back and forth. The 2 of Pentacles is, trying to balance a situation, maybe make a decision. What if I do it this way? What if I do it that way? See the duality here. But this is what they want. A new stable beginning. Okay, let's look at recent past. Communication. I like that. Remember, time is fluid. All my videos are timeless, as well as the extendeds. So feel free to look through the others. Wow. Somebody communicated, wanting, wish fulfillment. Happy wife, happy life. I wonder if that's what sparked a bit of a conflict somehow. But look at the color coordination again in this reading, in these 2 cards. Looks like somebody communicated this, what they wanted. Also feel a sense of pride. Somebody needs to not be ashamed, or there's not worry about what others think. 8 of Wands. Communication about the future, maybe, what they want. Outcome. 7 of Cups. Options. Sometimes there's too many options, Wow. 6 of Wands. Success, recognition, glory. Beautiful. That's beautiful. This is, being rewarded for your work. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I wasn't looking, but some cards just slid out. So 6 of Wands, success, recognition, being rewarded, being recognized. You may be in a position where a lot of people look up to you and respect you, but I feel like something somehow has shaken that a little bit. Ten of Swords. Painful ending. Maybe there's a need to give up control for what is going to get recognition. That there's a big hiccup when I say that. I don't really feel that. The Chariot. There's the King of Pentacles again, and the Nine of Swords. And the Star. Wish fulfillment. Blessings. Dreaming. All right, well, let's start clarifying. I'm going to see if anything else comes out of this deck, and then I'm going to change decks. Okay, this was one of the ones that showed up when the cards fell out of the pile. So the Emperor could be dealing with the divine masculine, maybe in Aries. There's the World card. There's some sort of cycle, and it needs to end or is ending about that has to do with feeling like dwelling on failure, dwelling on or thinking something is a failure when that's just not the case. There's a need to move forward. Even if this is about a relationship, it needs to be looked upon as a, wow, I'm going to grab that because it flipped up like that. Two of Wands. Yet there's a decision of how you view things. It needs to be looked upon as, there's the World card. I think that there's a need for positive thinking, but I want to know more about what's going on with your person. But there is a strong vibe about redirecting your thoughts and focus in how you view things, because what happens in life is really just, one portion of your happiness. The bigger factor is how you respond. There's that Star card, a Star card again, Aquarius energy. There's another 8. So Lionsgate. So I think this is a message to that hang in there because things are coming. Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess, 8 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune is forward motion. Blessings ahead, things that you've worked hard for. The Four of Wands, again, it could be a twin flame sign. Four of Wands is foundations. What you have done and worked for has not been a loss. It's all been steps in the right direction. Now, anytime you have, an upset or a failure, or what you feel like could be a failure, is actually just a sign or a confirmation that you're on the right path, or you need to course correct, right? Because we have this perfect path. God has this perfect path for us. And along that path are blessings. So here's you. I'm going to do this real quick for those of you who haven't seen this. Okay, that's not easy to do it like that. Let's see. So save these. There's obstacles and there's blessings, right? So let's say that here's you. You go along this path. You pick up a blessing. You hit an obstacle. So the Magician is a good reminder not to get stuck or stopped at this obstacle. So there's an obstacle, or maybe there's just a temptation or something. So we get off the path, right? And then if we get too far off the path, we miss out on these blessings. So we have to get right, try to get back on the path to pick up those blessings. Then when we get another obstacle, am I making sense? You do get off the path, or you have to go around it or above it or whatever, but you don't let it stop you. So basically, it's not like there's wrong and right necessarily, or that's what this message, I believe, is trying to convey. It's more of a matter of, well, that didn't feel good, so I'm going to course correct, or that didn't work, so I'm going to course correct. But you never at any point want to say, well, this is just not, my life is not working, or this whole situation is not working. That's not the way Spirit looks at it. It's more of a course correction. So you have blessings coming. If you get stuck, that wheel gets sluggish. You got to get back on that path, or stay true on that path. Give yourself a break. You've been building a foundation, whether it's with someone or in business. everything is moving forward even if you can't see it, okay? So just maintain your patience and balance. The Temperance card is patience, balance. I want to read these to you real quick because I hope I'm articulating this well. I feel a super strong message here that you have not failed. Good things are coming. You're on your way. Let's start with this grief card. Well, let's start with the discipline card, okay? Your soul has a goal, but it has also chosen to incarnate into a world of distractions. Earth is a dimension of obstacles and challenges, but you have been given disciplines as your birthright. It is time to remind yourself what your soul has come back to this planet to learn. This is a great opportunity to reevaluate your priorities and go about your daily tasks with a new system of managing your life, instead of being the passive recipient of whatever comes your way. So distractions can easily get us off the work of your soul, and if we give into this apathetic impulse, we can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings. Wow, that's like what my path I was just showing you. We can miss many well-placed and pre-planned teachings needed for our inherent growth. Learn that satisfaction of a task completed is more emotionally rewarding than a task delayed. Again, you are on the right path. Okay, blessings are coming. Let's look at this failure card. Now let's look at the grief card. I love this reading. I hope you guys are getting the message here. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Nothing is gone forever. The belief that we have lost something or someone is merely an illusion to assist us in learning to appreciate our having had it in the first place. The emotion of grief and the sense of loss are absolutely real, but that's the point. The lessons of loss is not about the actual physical separation, because the parting is temporary and illusory. The point of the lesson is to acknowledge that the bonds of love never end and that we have not been abandoned. Interesting. We had the Five of Pentacles in the very beginning. When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything, where is it? I don't know where it went, but the Four of Wands was here. It is. Look at this. Look at that. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, 1111, happiness, okay? When you accept in your heart that you will be reunited with everything you have ever loved, it will give you the ability to move beyond your grief and derive something beneficial from the experience. To wallow in grief is to pass up the opportunity that you and your soul family have devised and learn nothing from. Instead, allow your grief to take you to a place of deeper understanding. Whatever you lost, I believe, is coming back, and it's going to come back stronger. I'm going to pull another one of these. So let's see. Again, there is no failure here. 40. Okay, I understand that a mistake, and look how the colors match. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Life on earth is full of experiences. It is our human brain that views outcomes as good or bad. The soul simply views them as a chance to grow, learn to see the bigger picture of life instead of the minutiae. Failure to accomplish a task is merely the opportunity to evolve, and the negative connotation of the word failure can prevent you from trying again. You must come to the realization that there is no judgment involved with your soul's lessons. Realize what you view as failure is just your soul telling you that there is another path. Wow. Embrace the maxim, when one door closes, another one opens. Oh, wow. Remember that first card with the abandonment and the golden key? Wow. Wow. Okay, where is I? Realize that what you view as failure is just your soul telling you there is another path. Embrace when one door closes, another one opens. It is a time for you to stop any negative emotion investment you have in the outcome. Revel in the knowingness that everything will reveal itself when it's meant to. No matter what, be true to your dream and the creative process. Okay, this is amazing. I'm going to pull another card because I just don't feel like stopping. Let's see. Let's see. Where are... Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Animal spirit. I love this reading. I love this reading. It's, you know, it is deep. It's definitely not light rainbows and butterflies, but it is very, if you are on a deeper level spiritually, you'll see, you'll see that, or you'll know that this is a very positive reading. It's just not light and fluffy. Believe in yourself. Squirrel spirit. Playful. That might be a reminder to get back to your playful self. I just saw the swan spirit, which is time for a deep dive. I for a lot of you, I do feel like this is involving love. Did y'all see that? Remember I just said I saw the swan spirit, but then I kept shuffling and then look at that. Crazy. Yeah, this is a very strong message for someone. So I'm going to read it. That's crazy. All right, swan spirit. So you guys have great things coming. You just are at that point where you need to not stop and believe in it. 176. And that also is, this is also a Lionsgate reading. Okay. With their grateful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When swan spirit arrives, you are able to take a deep dive, believe what is easily available on the surface. Oh, beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what's best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what's happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why, asking the deeper questions of yourself. You are led by the grace of the Swan Spirit. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Love this. I'm going to pull one more. A higher power. That's, look at the angel. Can you guys see that? And there's a face in between her arms. Okay. Exchanging gifts. We're going to look at a higher power. Sorry for the lawnmower. So, whoa, that's wrong. Sorry. Page 12. Conscious contact with the higher power. The presence of the divine. Seeing source energy in all things. Committing to a partnership with spirit. It's time to address how much effort you give to your relationship with your higher spirit, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your #1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another who is essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spirit connections and remain aware of your true nature. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. What is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. Sorry, I was off there. All right, Sagittarius, let me know in the comments. I am curious of how this applies to you and any other messages that you may have gotten out of it that I didn't mention. I love you guys so much. Let me know, and I will see. I'll link some extendeds down below. You can check those out if you like. Okay, I'm praying for you guys, and you have not failed. You are on the right path. This is confirmation of that. For if you are asking for a sign, here you go. Okay, I love you guys. Bye, Sagittarius.